I'm doing it. You can do it.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? To get the answers, we interview top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. Listen, we believe every agent should make a minimum of $100,000 per year, and we're on a mission to make this happen. We've already helped over 100 agents achieve this with our coaching. So if you want to fast track your business growth, get to your first $100,000 in GCI or add another $100,000 in GCI using social strategies, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com, or you can just click the link in the description below. Also, just make sure to follow us, hit that subscribe button, and if you get any value from this at all, please tell a friend and leave us a review. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
What I wanted to do is I want to dive into your second topic because we kind of briefly touched on it. And it does fall into the daily routine, but I want to dive specifically into starting the day off right with the team. So the team meeting. So for everyone that is growing a team, as you're aware, and why you got a coach as well, like teams are just a huge topic because there is so many different trains of thought. Some people are like, I want to do it all myself. And we see, this is just, from what we see personally, it's this struggle to let go. Like it's the trust element of the team that people really struggle with. It's not, most of the time, it's not actually the money, because if you have a team and when they're ramped up, you make more. If you're a team leader or you're a broker owner or whatever it is, you will eventually make a lot more than you could as a solo, and you will have work-life balance, which is ultimately what everyone who got into this industry wants, because the way you can make a lot of money, but then you want to claw your time back. And this is where I think the majority of even high producers sit, where it's like, growing a successful team, how does that look on a day-to-day, whether it's hiring or nurturing culture, whether it's in person, do you need an office, like all these things. So how are you dealing with the team? And obviously the topic is starting the day off right with the team.
Yeah. So as I said, and as I know you were saying, you alluded to before we started, a team meeting, a daily team meeting is a great way to start the day. I learned the hard way that you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And so if I have team members that say they want to sell 30 houses this year or 10 houses or 12 houses, whatever that is to them, they're not going to do that. I can only give them all the systems, processes, tools, leads, etc., to have them do that. And so I try to, some of my favorite quotes, I lead by example and I inspect what I expect. And so leading by example is exactly what I say with the checklist, and having those daily checklists is, I'm doing it, you can do it. And inspecting what I expect is a huge part of my daily meetings. So with having two teams in two different states, not anywhere near one another, 800 miles apart, I have been a huge user of the Zoom platform, and all of my team members and staff, we get on every morning. We do our team meeting on Monday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. I do an agent meeting. So that's agents only. And I'm training or educating on what the market is like right now, on what our buyer prospect process is, on what our seller prospect process is. I am just continuing to regurgitate that information. So hopefully it starts etching into their DNA. So I'm constantly educating. At 10 a.m., my staff gets on there and we talk about anything that's team related that we need. I mean, we talk about upcoming closings so we can celebrate those wins together. We talk about upcoming listings because maybe we have a buyer need that aligns with. We talk about team events coming up that we need everyone's, input on. It's very much a team of co-creation. So it's not the Brooke Signs team for a reason. It's Grand Allure Home Group. So everyone is included, and everyone's thoughts and ideas and everything else are very much a part of that. And at that point, we talk about videos. I mean, videos is a huge thing right now too. So we ask each week, we need commitments from at least 2 agents on the team for what video they're going to do for the week. And we do event videos and other things in between there as well, but we do things like that. So the rest of the week then, Tuesday through Friday, we get on at 8:45 a.m. I tell my team members, I mean, it's really, you have to show up. And if you're not showing up, I'm texting you on the side and saying, Andrew, are you jumping on the team meeting today? Are you jumping on? And we call it a huddle. So it's very much, it's like a football huddle. I mean, we're going to get in there, we're going to get to business, and then we're going to break. And it's very much set in the expectations. If I'm talking to you about joining my team, hey, Andrew, do you have any problem being on with us every morning? You got to be on camera from 8:45 to 9:15. Is that all right with you? And you need to, be willing to do that. So we get on, we talk about what our day looks like. If there's any questions or needs that they want the wisdom of the crowd or my input on. And that has really reduced the amount of time that I get phone calls from the team throughout the day, because they can use that time to ask me questions or ask the group. And then, or later in the day, if something comes up, they know that they're going to have time with me at 8:45 tomorrow morning. So hopefully they're not calling me throughout the day as well to ask me these questions. And that has just been really helpful. I do, I set up with the team early on as well. And I teach my team members. As a working mom and wife and everything else, I was working, those first couple of years around the clock. And I finally told my family, I said, look, I'm going to work Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Saturdays for 2 hours. And if I don't have to work, I'll be home. But that goes along the setting expectations. And I do that for my team members too. So they plan their schedule and start the day off or the week off accordingly. And at that point, your family's not disappointed if you're like, I have to work again tonight. At that point, they're expecting mom to not be home Tuesday and Thursday. So it's not a letdown, and it's a total mindset shift. And my husband too, then he knows, don't schedule any work travel or work meetings during that time.
100%. One of the biggest changes that we saw and made as well was, like you said, the daily meeting. One of the things that people don't realize about it is how many, if you don't, all right, so what happened was, as I'm sure you've experienced, and a lot of people are going through this right now, is if you don't have this and you don't structure it right, what ends up happening is you get calls and messages throughout the day all the time with stuff that really isn't that important. Like it seems like you need it to move the thing forward a little bit, but it's not kind of life or death, let's say. So one of the byproducts of having a well-structured, not only meeting, but, this is how our team works, is you keep everything for the meeting. That's like, get everything done, questions answered. This is how kind of we roll. On that meeting, once a day, we discuss everything. We get it out, we get it sorted. And then only throughout the day, if it's like mega important, like something's not going to happen, like, and it's big deal, you can then message, call, whatever, and get in touch. But because we've got that expectation now, we know if the call comes, we know it's fucking important. So now it's not, I'm picking up because, he doesn't know where to go for his lunch. Comes to the deal's about to fall apart. We need to figure something out, right? And then now you've got mental bandwidth goes from being like constantly checking your phone, texts, what's, Jason messaging me now, to I can actually get a lot of shit done because now I've got the mental bandwidth. So like, time blocking and having that one meeting. So we have a morning meeting every morning, hell or high water. Sometimes it gets a little bit muddled, but we always have it. And it's like, this is how we structure. This is what we're working on. Here are the updates on what's been worked on. This is the plan. This is the timeline. So that's how we work, right? And it's just the bandwidth we've got. It sounds, for everyone listening, if you haven't done this, you won't understand it. And then when you execute against it, you'll feel almost like your life changes. It's bizarre. It's totally weird because it's such a minor change, what feels like, and it gives you mentally, time-wise, just, it feels like you got a whole day. I can't explain it. And we probably implemented this a year, 18 months ago. give or take. And it was like, I'll never go back. Never. We have a morning meeting, every meeting. We've got it structured out. And then we can, we rock and roll from there. Oh, and by the way, you might not have known this. We've already helped over 100 agents cross over $100,000 and up in GCI per year with our predictable and scalable systems. So if you're interested in learning more about our courses and coaching to help you scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com.